Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yalla, inshallah, no lag this time. Hope you guys are doing all right. I hate doing this. I hate having to do this multiple times. Inshallah, it's fine. Please let me know if there's no lag. Please let me know if the voice is coming out all right. Please let me know. Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So, yeah, this is what I want to get to. And do excuse me, I'm going to have to repeat the 1 minute that I wasted um, redoing this. People assume that fanboyism is something that's specific to celebrities and their fans, and that's not the case. Fanboyism is something that occurs with people following religious discussions, people following debates, and people following du'at and what's happening on social media. And Allah musta'an, it's depressing. It's depressing because you will see someone. Um, let's go back to folks like some of the folks that I've refuted in the past on my channel. So there's this one individual who I've collected over 107 lies um, that he's made in a very short amount of time, and yet you still have his fans defending him. Why is that the case? It's because of fanboyism. You're just going to assume that the Muslim who's putting out this information, refuting him, is lying. And best, when you have that sort of mentality, um, you live happily, freely, easily without having to challenge yourself. You stick to the people you like. You go against the people you dislike, because you see, it takes an effort to consume evidence that goes against what you have an issue with. And you see, that's more or less expected, right? You expect that from people that are upon falsehood, right? But do you expect that from the conservative Muslim who keeps on going on about sticking to the dalil, sticking to the truth wherever it may be? A lot of people say that. A lot of people say, no, we're people of dalil. Yeah, we only follow the Quran and the Sunnah. And yet, and yet, when they find clear proof being tossed against someone they dislike, there will either be extreme husn al extreme husn al like that cannot be excused, or you will find, you know, people just ignoring the criticisms. Now, here is my suggestion. I've been put into situations, and I've shared this thought with parties that go back and forth. I've been put in situations where I felt a need to take sides. Okay, you have two people going up against each other on a topic that I'm not familiar with, um, and they will go back and forth, and I don't pick sides. And the reason that I don't pick sides is because I haven't done the research, and I don't have time, and I have too much on my plate. And often I will lean towards one person because I like that person, right? But I won't say a thing. I won't say a thing publicly on the subject. I'm not going to make posts. I'm not going to share my feelings. And the reason is because, yeah, I try not to be anyone's fanboy. I try not to defend anyone or stick with someone's uh, position, support their position if I don't know the details of their position. And this goes to everyone, include yeah, this message goes out to people who support my channel, people who support my work. Barakallah fikum. Much love to you guys. but I want you to be better. I want you to be better than everyone else. Okay, I want you to be critical with myself, with people that you like. If you're unsure about something, dig into it, listen to both sides of the argument, and decide for yourself who's upon haqq, who's upon batil. And the thing is, one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I've seen people during the past week or so um, support some things that I cannot I, I I cannot excuse. Um, I cannot understand, and the only conclusion that I can come to is this seems to be fanboyism. Wallah al-musta'an. So those are just some general thoughts. If anything comes to mind, I'll add on to that. But yeah, briefly, guys, um, don't think that you are are immune to this because it's so easy to fall into. It's so easy for us to be attached to people because of the good they do, and it blinds us from being critical. It blinds us from being open to them making mistakes. It happens to everyone. So it doesn't matter who the person is. Doesn't matter how good their message is. Just because you like them doesn't mean that they're necessarily correct. Now, I know this and you know this, and I'm sure you've said this to people. I'm sure you've said this to friends. However, sometimes you may fall into this, and I have fallen into this in the past. I try my best not to fall into this. And as I said, when I've been put into those situations, I try as much as I can not to say anything. I won't support a particular position um, because I haven't looked into the matter. And when I do look into the matter and I feel a need, I'll share some thoughts. So yeah. I'm just gonna go through some of the comments. I don't want this to be too long of a stream. If you guys haven't checked out the live stream yesterday on Hamza's channel, Hamza's Den, I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy that. Hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry that the stream is really late. Apparently, it's 3:45 Central Time in the U.S. If I do excuse me for that. Oh, I just clicked on the. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Hmm. I see some folks are trying to end the stream by asking some interesting questions. But today, subhanAllah, I got a bit more patience today. This is a good question for the fakesters out there. It's a very good question. I wonder what happens if you Google that. How many madhabs in the Quran? Let's see. The answer is four madhabs. Yani I should have guessed. Thank you, Sheikh Google. So yeah, try that out, guys. Try to go for funny answers. They're always entertaining. If it's a boring answer, you see, that's why I don't like numbers. That's why I don't like numbers. You guys remember the what was it? The Nihari question, the Nihari biryani or Nihari pulao, I think it's pronounced. That was a good question. So let's avoid the numbers. Let's avoid numbers. Let's stick to questions that will give us some interesting answers. Mm. It's time. It's due to time. It's due to priorities. If I feel that they put some content out that I feel that I need to respond to, I'll put a response out. Usually, I respond to things that well, I get DMs from time to time from people saying, "Oh, let's get a response to this," and I usually ignore things like that. But if it happens multiple times to a specific um, about a specific video, then I'll probably do something about it. But usually, I don't just respond to anything for the sake of responding, because that it's a lot of times it's just a waste of time, and a lot of times it doesn't affect anyone. I noticed that a lot of people like refutation videos just because refutation videos are fun, they're enjoyable, um, and I sometimes enjoy making them, but it's kind of draining at times. It can be draining, and I prefer to focus on priorities. So I actually found out that Google says Abu Bakr like a month before I actually asked the guy the question. I was just waiting for the moment that someone would comment about being an ex-Muslim on my channel, and when that happened, I was like, yes. Tried it out. The guy responded a few minutes later. Sometimes it works out just perfectly. So this guy is done. Yeah, Abhas is done. I don't think that Abhas puts content out that's even worth responding to. I had a little fun with him on Twitter. I was gonna make a video. I'm sure a bunch of you were expecting a video. I really was. I actually wrote up a script. I was gonna go through all that, and I thought to myself, it's gonna take a chunk of my time. I don't want to, yeah, I take something from Twitter and put it out on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed going back and forth with Abhas. He didn't he deleted his account. I don't know if he deleted his account. He privated his account for a month, and then he uh, brought back to public. He lost 1,000 followers in that month that he was privated in. If I think it ended well, and then he blocked me after he came back a month later. Yeah. What's the best way to do da'wah besides having good behavior? Also, what's the best dua for praying that your friend embraces Islam? Well, good behavior isn't the main thing that brings people into Islam. Sure, and you can just be yourself, and being yourself rubs off on people, and it could bring people closer to the Deen. Definitely, but at the end of the day, it's about your evidence and what you bring. And, of course, first of all, it's all the hidayah. The hidayah is all from Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's first, foremost, and then it's the evidence, the way it's brought forward, the medium is the message, and good behavior, of course, is very important. If you're harsh, if you're too harsh, actually being harsh works with some people, but it's very very rare. It's very rare when it works with some people. But it's always best to uh, put yourself in their position, empathize, and um, sometimes uh, yeah, there are many methods and I'm not the expert. The guys in Speakers Corner, the folks in the UK, they know how to do da'wah better than I ever will. They have had a lifetime of experience, and I haven't. Of course, I'm speaking about face-to-face da'wah, interacting with people that you do know. But with me, what has helped me in the past with people around me, I'm not talking about non-Muslims, but when it came to Muslims, yeah, I mean, definitely just being myself and sharing my thoughts about subjects um, without even realizing, played a role in the way people did things. However, I don't think that that will bring too many people to the deen, though it does at times. Um, I know of one brother who actually converted to Islam because he was invited to have some seafood at a restaurant, and he was with some Sudani brothers, and seafood's usually more expensive than other types of meats. And what happened was the food was they were done with the food. One of the Sudani brothers got up and he went and he paid for the food. Excuse me. He got up and he left. The second person got up and left. Third person got up and left. And the non-Muslim was just sitting there, and he was like, "Where did these guys go?" The guys go to the bathroom, and then like he hears sound coming from the end of the restaurant, and these guys are fighting over the bill. They're fighting over who gets to pay the bill, and that was for him. That was enough of a reason to feel an attachment towards the Deen. And it wasn't too long after that that he converted to Islam. So definitely, good behavior is extremely important, extremely important. And if you do not have um, that, then yeah, your da'wah is going to be restricted to a very large degree, and that's a very important subject as well. If we are not benefiting from the morals that Islam teaches, then yani, where are we doing da'wah to, right? We're doing da'wah, of course, to monotheism, extremely important. We're doing da'wah to Islam, to the deen of Rasul Sallallahu, but Rasul Sallallahu at the end of the day says, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. He was sent to complete um, our behavior, our morals, our etiquettes, and at the same time, if we don't benefit from that, and we're giving da'wah, it's a problem. If you have to lie for your deen, it's a huge problem. If you have to lie for your deen, then what are you calling people to? Allah musta'an. And the dua, best dua that your friend embraces Islam, it's your dua. It's your dua, it's your heartfelt dua. It's not the dua of some random people online. It's not the dua of people that follow you on social media. When you say, guys, make dua for my friend, they don't know who your friend is. When you make dua for your friend, that's something special. It's something that's heartfelt because you know this person, you know what they've been through, you know their experiences, you know their personality, and you deep down wish that they would embrace Islam. That's a heartfelt dua. Any specific wording, nothing comes to mind. Doesn't have to be in a specific language. All it has to be is heartfelt. Um, inshallah, this is going to be, I think this is going to be the last question I'm answering. Um, Do excuse me, I've been very busy with some other side projects. Inshallah, those should be done soon. But I really feel bad about not getting back to this. I finished 6 episodes and then I just got stuck with some other projects that I felt were a greater priority, believe it or not. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with shubuhat. Sometimes shubuhat are in the now, right? Proofs of prophethood are something that um, there's no like time limit. Inshallah, 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 I get that out before I pass away. But um, heated subjects, subjects of discussion that are now hot subjects, those are things that I prefer to focus on. So inshallah, as soon as I'm done with what I have on my plate, I'll get back to the Proofs of Prophethood series. Again, it's going to be long. That's why it's taking so much time. Um, it's not necessarily hard to put together. It doesn't require too much research, um, but it's just I have a lot on my plate at the moment. So yeah, barakallah fikum. Um, Yeah, Kitab Sami al-Amri is a good book. Sami Amri is a good book. I enjoyed it, but I'm doing something very different, inshallah. Barakallah fiqh. Okay, so one more time, guys, because I don't want the main message of this video to be lost. Oh, it's been 21 minutes. I can't believe how fast time flies. Guys, fanboyism. Get past that. No one thinks they're a fanboy. No one thinks they're a fanboy, and it's hard to notice. And sometimes we aren't. Sometimes even when we're not fanboys, sometimes we just stick to fanboy. The word fanboy it's a very has negative connotations, but in reality, we're all affected by personalities, and due to that, we're unable to see mistakes in people that we look up to. And it's not just people. Sometimes it's groups of people. Sometimes it's sometimes it's individuals. Sometimes it's groups. We just lean towards a specific view or person, and due to that, we cannot see the good in the other point of view, and we need to break through that. Do not judge before hearing both sides. Um, and stay sincere, and remember, things that you say online can be held against you on the day of judgment. You think, who cares? It's just something I'm saying. No one's going to read it. A lot of people read it. People, you put something out, you have 0 followers on social media. You have 0 followers, but your words, they're there and people read them. You may not get any likes. You may not get any likes, but hundreds, maybe thousands of people may hear what you say, may be affected by what you say, and you better not be siding with falsehood due to the way you feel about a person. Yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a good one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.